Morning, second graders. We are going to be working on math l135, rounding to the nearest tens place. So if you notice, the spiral review and the review on the front of both worksheets are the same, and the back is going to be different. So let's get started. Let's talk about the spiral review. So we have Roman numerals, and we're going to write the Arabic numerals. Okay. So the stick in the X is 9. Okay. M is 1,000. We have 10, 20, 9, 29. C is 100. L is 50. And D is 500. Okay. Down here, we're going to divide. We're going to count by twos until we get to that number and find out how many fingers it takes. So we're going to count by twos until we get to 20. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. That's 10. We're going to count by twos till we get to 18. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. So that's 9. We're going to count by twos till we get to 12. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. That's going to be 6. Count by twos till we get to 2. 1. Sorry, 2, which is 1. Count by twos till we get to 4. 2, 4, so that's 2. Count by twos till we get to 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So that's 5. Okay, now for the dolphins on the back, it says find the given number on the number line, circle the number rounded to the nearest tens place. So 94 is here, and the number that it is going to be closest to is 90. Okay, and I might even put an arrow there. Okay, 38 is right here, and it's either closest to 30 or 40. It's closer to 40. 56 is right here, and the nearest tens place we have 50, and we have 60 is closer to 60. Okay, all right. So on the back of the jellyfish, it says write the two 10 numbers. Each number is between. Circle the number it rounds to. So we're going to find the two tens numbers that 27 comes between. Okay, tens numbers like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay. So first of all, what two tens number is 27 going to be between? Well, 27 comes between 20 and 30, okay? If I were to count from 20 to 30, I would get 27. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Now, what number does 27 come closest to? It's going to be closer to 30. Okay, 72. So what two tens numbers does 72 come between? Well, we know it's going to be 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80. Okay, so which tens number is 72 going to be closest to? It's going to be closer to 70. 48 is between 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, okay? And since 48 is closer to 50, I'm going to circle 50. So that's what we mean when we're rounding. When you are rounding a number, you are rounding it to the closest tens number, whichever number you are rounding to, okay? So round numbers to the nearest tens place. So we have 45, okay? So I'm going to show you two different ways to round, okay? We are rounding to the nearest tens place. So we're going to think the two tens numbers, the 45 comes between. 45 comes between 40 and 50. Now, which number is it going to be closest to? It's going to be closer to 50, and I'm going to write 50 there, okay? Which two tens numbers is it going to be in between? It's going to be in between 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And when I count 8, 9, 10, it's going to be much closer to 10. Okay, so that's one way to round. Okay, there's another way to round, and what you can do is you can think of this rhyme. 5 or more, raise the score. 4 or less, let it rest. Okay, so I'm rounding to the nearest tens place. I'm going to underline the digit in the tens place because that's what I'm rounding to. I'm going to look next door. Okay, I'm going to look to the right of it. I'm going to look at this digit. 5 or more, raise the score. Okay, so this one is 5 or more. 8 is more than 5. So I'm raising the score. What that means is I'm going to take that 7, I'm going to raise it by 1. So 7 becomes 8. And then instead of this number here, I'm going to put a 0. Okay, so 78 rounds to 80. Now, if I were to do the two tens numbers, I would have 70 and 80 is definitely going to be closer. Okay, let's do the rhyme again. I'm rounding to the tens place. I'm going to underline my 9 because it's in the tens place. I'm going to look next door. 5 or more, raise the score. So 7 means that I'm raising the score. So this 9, I'm going to go up by 1, is 10. Okay. The 7 becomes a 0. Okay. So you are going to take this digit and it's either going to raise by 1 and then the rest of the numbers here are going to just be zeros. Okay. Now let's look here. 31. I'm rounding to the nearest tens place. I'm going to underline my 3. Look next door. 5 or more. Raise the score. 4 or less. Let it rest. 1 is less than 4. So that 3, I'm going to let it rest, which means I'm not going to change it. I'm going to make that 3 a 3. And then I'm going to make a 0. Okay. So let's look at 83. I'm going to underline the 8 because it's in the tens place. Look next door. 5 or more, raise the score. 4 or less. 3 is less than 4. 4 or less. Okay. I'm going to let it rest. That 8 is going to stay an 8. And then I'm going to put a 0 after it. Okay. 24. I'm underlining my 2 in the tens place. I'm looking next door. 4 or less. So I'm going to let it rest. 2 stays as a 2. 4 becomes a 0. Last one. I'm underlining my 1 because it's in tens place. I'm going to look next door. 5 or more, raise the score. 4 or less, it's a 4. So I'm going to let that 1 rest. 1 stays a 1. Then I put a 0 at the end. And that is how you round.